Hey guys, so I oftentimes get asked the question, how hard is it to open a bookkeeping business? So I wanted to answer the question once and for all to make sure that I can encourage those who it's right for, and then maybe give some accurate information into like what it actually takes and how hard is it to actually grow this business. And also, please bear with me, I'm like testing out some new lights. Like I want to do the red and the blue, and I have like a softbox light in front of me. So I'm just going through like this evolution when it comes to learning photography and different things like that. So, if the lighting's not perfect, please bear with me. I'm trying to do the best I possibly can as I'm like learning through this process. And I'm just really grateful for your patience in this endeavor. Also, if you want to start a accounting or bookkeeping business and like any of the videos on my channel are inspiring you and you're like, hey, I think I really want to do this, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if we can help you inside of our mentorship program. And we'll tell you more about that as like the video goes on, but just a heads up, if you ever want some help, go ahead and click that link. I'd love to see if we can help you inside of our program. So number one, in order to, even before we talk about like a bookkeeping business, but like just a business in general, can you handle light rejection? So most things you're gonna see online are like side hustles. They're like little hacks you can do to try and like make a quick buck online, right? And the problem with those is not really that it's bad. It's just that if you're gonna make any serious money, so we're talking about like $3,000, $4,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month, having like a hack that takes you like 5 minutes a day and you're kind of like playing on some like random trend, like an e-commerce kind of business, that one it can work in the short run, but it's not going to be what you need to go and build anything substantial or have substantial wealth. Okay, so I'm assuming if you're watching this channel, you don't just want to like make money one time and make like a little bit of money. I'm assuming that you want to make anywhere between like $50,000 to a couple $100,000 per year and have that be through recurring revenue. That's why we started bookkeeping business, because of that recurring revenue. So, but the problem is when it comes to this is we're dealing with people on a continual basis, and whenever you deal with people, you're going to deal with rejection. Now, if you can't handle rejection, this business is going to be a little bit challenging for you, because in the beginning, you're dealing with people who are going to tell you no. People are going to like be confused on your price. They're going to say your price is too high. Like you're going to be practicing, and you're not going to really have that great. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone wrong. So you're not going to have like a really great sales script, and you're just going to be like really working things out and learning a bunch of stuff. So if you can't kind of go through those learning phases in the beginning, you're not going to be able to handle the business, and you're not going to be able to actually like make this thing work in the long run, right? That was the one thing when I started the business. Like I knew kind of going into like, okay, this might be a little bit challenging because like I didn't have any sales skills. So I was like, I'm going to have to learn how to do sales. And like the first like 36 calls that I did, I got 0 clients from it. That means 36 times that someone came on the phone and said they're interested in my service, I got 0 of them to get started and like work with me. 0 of them. That's a lot of rejection, and most people can't handle that. But since I was able to handle that, I'm able to stay in the game long enough to turn those no's into yeses. Next thing is, the ease of you opening a business will also depend on your existing connections. So do you have any business owners in your connections? So do you know anyone that that started a business? If the answer is yes, then you can go to those people and see if they would want you to do their accounting or bookkeeping. That oftentimes gives you a shortcut, so you don't really have to learn marketing in the beginning to start being like cash flow positive from day number 1. Okay, so if you have them, that's good. And like we give like scripts to our students about like how to go and approach your network so that they don't feel like you're just like pitching like an MLM thing, and you don't have to like worry about like at Thanksgiving everyone hates you because like because you try to sell them something. You know what I mean? So it just makes things very, very simple for you to be able to like handle those relationships, get clients out of them, and then make sure that you're not going to be able to make sure that you're not going to lose any social capital when you are talking to people. Social capital just means like there is a level of reciprocity that someone gets from knowing you throughout their life, right? So the more that you're friends, the more social capital you have. So if you ever had like something happen, like they'd be willing to like pay money for your bail, or they drive at 3 a.m. in the morning if like maybe you had a flat tire on your way to a vacation, right? That's social capital. So next thing is, are you willing to learn marketing? Okay, so most people do not really understand marketing, especially internet marketing. Especially internet marketing, okay? Because it's very different than most people think. Most traditional marketing is generally that someone's going to say, like, they have a brand. Like, let's say it's a lawyer. My name is ABC Lawyer, okay? If you have a slip and fall, call me. And they have these ads going out consistently over time so that when someone runs into the slip and fall accident or they get hit by a semi-truck, they call that person. Internet marketing is more of what's called direct response marketing, where you have a problem, you have a solution, you're talking to that person, you're agitating that problem, get them to book a call with you. And from that, you're closing down a certain percentage of these people who actually want to work with you inside of your service. So in order to do that, you have to really understand what's called filtering. So that means taking a large volume of people and having a percentage of those people show interest and then go on a consultation call with you to buy your services. So the problem with the internet is that there's a trust barrier. So they don't really, a lot of people don't really trust that you are who you say you are, or you can actually help them out. And it's not really that it's like their fault, it's just they just can't really physically touch you. There's something about like physically being able to grab someone by the collar if they do something wrong and make them pay that you don't have with the internet. And some people just really can't overcome that. So you have to learn how to do marketing to build trust. And since there's that large trust barrier, right, it's like there's certain percentage of people that are just never going to buy from someone off the internet. So in order to combat that, you have to grow your conversion circle. Conversion circle is just the number of people you know exist. Some people call it a sphere of influence. I'm calling it a conversion circle. You have to keep widening it so that you get a certain percentage of those people to want to work with you at those higher price points for longer. So that you have to learn how to do that. So like for me, for example, like you might see like my YouTube channel that you're watching right now, right? Maybe you're on my YouTube channel that has like 2,700 subscribers, and like you might see like, you know, if you look at the about, it's like, okay, we've had I think like close to 200,000 views, right? It's like, okay, cool. Or you might see my Facebook group and it's like 40,000 people inside of it. That doesn't just happen. You don't just start a Facebook group and then magically people like will come and like you get 40,000 people, right? There's a very specific process that's in place to go and get people to either come or, you know, really do the stuff that we need them to do in order to like have a very successful business. But once you understand that filtering process on the internet marketing kind of just process, then you can really scale your business as far as you want. So you can either scale it far or you can scale it fast. So when I say scaling it far, I mean like being able to, okay, so let's say that there is $1 million worth of clients that are inside of your social media following. Going fast means that you try and get as much of that $1 million on day number 1 as you possibly can. Versus going far. So you're spreading that $1 million out over time, but you're doing it in a way that gets people to want to work with you more. So that $1 million actually can turn into $2, $3, $4 million over the span of 10, 20 years, right? So it just really kind of depends. I prefer to go far rather than go fast. That's why, like, if you ever hear any of like our YouTube videos where I'm like, hey, we only accept 10 people per month into our mentorship program, it's because I wanted to be able to do this mentorship program for the next like 5, 10, 15 years, right? Without like kind of over leveraging yourself. And like if we take on too many clients at one time, the support level does go down. So I want the support level to stay high, you know? So that's a couple of reasons. So we're doing it to go far, and because I want the support level to remain high so we can keep our success rate as high as what it is. But you have to learn marketing online. If you learn how to do that, then yes, you definitely can. It reduces the difficulty of starting a bookkeeping business. Next thing is, can you actually understand your pricing? Okay, so pricing is one of the biggest levers when it comes to this business model, because if you just get clients that pay you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, it's way easier to go get to $10K per month. What most people do is like they start this business, they get like clients for $150, $200, $300 a month. They're like, well, I'm just beginning. Right? And it's like, okay, cool. I understand that, like maybe your first client or second client, but don't get 20 clients at $200 a month because you're just getting started. Okay? At that point, you've kind of pigeonholed yourself, and like if you're doing it as part-time, you're not going to get that much further. It's like really if you're like part-time, you don't really have that much room to like service like 100 clients. You know what I mean? So there's gonna come like a point to where you have no more time to either get new clients or work on new clients, but you also don't have enough money to quit your job outright. So you have to cut, you have to basically like slow down and like maybe get your first 2 or 3 clients for like a small price point. But as soon as that happens, you have to start going after bigger clients. Like it's just the easiest way to grow. And I'm not saying like you have to do it. I'm just saying like if I could go back in time, that's what I would do. That's what I did, and that's why it worked the way it worked, right? And I'm not trying to tell you what to do and like boss you around, but I'm just telling you like it's almost like I'm trying to go back with these videos. I'm trying to go back in time as if I'm speaking to myself, grab me by the collar, shake me and say, hey, this is what you need to be focused on, man. This is what you need to be focused on. And like, so I know like sometimes I say kind of like this stuff kind of forcefully, and it's not that I'm like trying to like preach at you. I'm telling like to tell you what to do. I'm just like, I just wish that I could have had something like this. Like in my first year of business, like I spent like $36,000 on like courses, masterminds, and like just different things to learn these skill sets to even get my bookkeeping and accounting business off the ground. You know what I mean? So it's like, you guys are getting these videos for free. Like, I'm not charging for these YouTube videos. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like it's just ridiculous. The internet and like how much things are like improving for people who want to start. And that just kind of like goes into like how hard is to open a bookkeeping business. It's like it's not. You just got to do things the right way. You have to have a proven roadmap. It's like don't try and recreate the wheel. Whenever you recreate the wheel, that's when things get harder. Versus if you just do the things that already work, then you can grow faster and it gets easier, okay? Because if you can just avoid a lot of the downs and just do the ups, you're going to make a lot more money in a lot easier time frame. It's very similar like stock markets, right? So the challenge with the stock market and even advertisements, most things where you're investing money, when things go up, that's when everything is great. It's when things slightly go down that you lose all that momentum that you've been building. So if you just cut out the downs and you just maintain the ups, even if your ups were half the value of what they could have been if you had the extra risk, it's better just do that because now you're going to reach your goal and you're not going to have to look back, you know, and it won't take you quite as much time because you don't have to go back and fix the mess. You know what I mean? If you don't get the speeding ticket, you don't have to go to traffic court. Or you don't have to go waste an extra 1 to 2 days or 2 hours in a day to go drive to a different city that you were in when you got that ticket, right? So that's the biggest thing. It's just, can you deal with rejection? You're going to learn marketing. Will you follow a good pricing model? If you can, a pricing model where you get a lower volume of clients but a higher dollar per client. If you can do that, then starting a online bookkeeping business is very easy to open. Okay. If you don't do it, it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. It'll be hard. It was hard for me in the beginning, but once I figured this stuff out, it was super easy. Okay. So maybe you've seen some of our other videos, and like maybe the reason why this is such a big question is because like you've seen so many different videos online about how to start this business, or how to do this, or how to do this, and it's just overwhelming. If you want to be able to go and have a proven process to be able to go and start your business, get it off the ground, and go and reach your financial goals, I invite you to go check out our mentorship program. Okay, if you want to learn more, go ahead and click the link inside the description either above or below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our program. Now, the key thing about this is that I'm doing these calls, so I have to vet you. I have to see like, are you a person that's going to really fit inside of our process, right? Because our process is very proven, but it works in a very specific situation, a very specific person. So I want to make sure that if that's you, then I can basically make a case as to why it's the best thing for you to do. If it's not you, I have to really kind of just let you know, like, hey, this might be better for you to do, or here's an alternate option for you to do in order to go do it. So I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit tired. It's like 11:45 on Saturday night, so it's like I'm running out of steam, man. This is my last thing I'm doing. I'm going straight to bed. So if you want some help, go ahead and click the link inside the description above below the video. Let's book a call. Let's see if we can help you out. If not, that's a-okay too. I will see you inside of the next video. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your attention. I appreciate you. Have a good one.